Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bridget, a UKRN. So on this channel, I talk about how to migrate to UK as a registered nurse, some of the challenges and what I've learned so far, personal experiences. I'm not an immigration advisor or anything of that sort, just personal experience and some research that I'll be sharing with you. So today I'll be talking about how to migrate to UK as a registered nurse, the first step to move in. Okay, if you are interested in this content, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be notified to watch it. Is that okay? All right, thank you. Now let's move into today's video. So before you register with UK NMC, you have to meet a certain criteria. So the criteria is really simple. If you are working in your home country as a registered nurse, chances are you already meet this criteria. Whether your home country or whichever country you are practicing, you probably already meet this criteria. So the first criteria is that you should have trained for 3 years in nursing. So it can be mental health nursing, it can be midwifery, it can be general nursing, whichever one. So that if you are registered as a general nurse in your country, when you're applying to UK, mostly you have to register with for the adults nursing aspect. Mental health can register for mental health nursing directly and move to UK. Midwives can register as midwives directly and move to UK. All right, so that's just the basic. Then the second criteria is that you should be registered with a regulatory body in your country. So a regulatory body is like the NMC. Different ways of calling it wherever you are, but the regulatory body you are registered with. So if you have these, then you're already qualified to register with NMC UK. So now what are the steps involved? You qualify, what are the steps involved? The first step is to start your NMC registration process. Just go to the NMC UK website, read about everything. Just take a closer look, take your time and read everything. I mean, inform yourself, okay? Then you can create an account and initiate a process. Once you initiate a process, I will advise, this is strictly an advice, whilst you are initiating the registration process, please gather information on English requirements, that's OET or IELTS. If you are not in an English speaking country, I'll provide the list of either the English speaking countries or the non-English speaking countries in the description box for you, so that you know whether you need English, proof of English language. Okay, please start preparing. Read about OET, read about IELTS, whichever one is available in your country. Look for convenience, whichever one you'll be able to have access to, and write it in your home country and don't have to travel far, because some countries recently got OET, some might not even have it up till now. I mean OET centers. So with that, you are good to go with IELTS, but you have to study, you have to practice. Take your time, read through what is expected of you in the English language requirements. Okay, you have to meet a certain criteria. Be prepared before you register so that you don't waste money, because they cost a lot of money. All right, now you are prepared for your English requirement because it's part of the requirement NMC will take, and it's also a requirement that you have to provide for your visa application. Okay, so that is why you need the English language requirement, but the visa requires a lower band. But because you are registering with NMC's band score is higher, so you have to meet the criteria for NMC. So know the differences as well. Now it's also to get yourself, for example, if you're in Ghana, you have to get yourself, and you're a diploma nurse, you have to get yourself cleared in your home country. So you have to buy a clearance form from Ministry of Health, sign with your employer, sign with your school. I think you have to get a letter from your employer before you can buy the form. I'm not very familiar with it because I didn't go through that process. So you get your clearance done, and then you pay a certain amount of money. That is after you've initiated your NMC UK registration. You have to pay a certain amount of money to NMC Ghana, into NMC Ghana accounts for third-party verification. So once you pay that money, you have to submit a receipt to NMC Ghana, and then NMC UK will email NMC Ghana to verify you. If I say verify you, like she said she's a nurse, is it true? So NMC Ghana is going to say, oh, she's a nurse, she's good, everything is fine, that kind of thing, basically. So NMC, when you submit the receipt to NMC Ghana, they are going to complete that form or that email and forward it back to NMC UK. Now, when NMC UK receives that confirmation, then they will send you an invitation letter or email. It's an email. It wouldn't come in but we call it invitation letter. They will send you that invitation letter, and then you can register to write the competence-based exam. So what that email is telling you is that, okay, we verified all your details and we think you are a good fit for UK nursing practice or midwifery practice or mental health nursing practice. So you can take our test of competence exams or our license exam, let me call it, and then you can join our register. You receive that email and you want to register for the exam. NMC UK, when they send that email, they will tell you what to do next. But before you even go ahead, the third party organization that is organizing the first part is not actually the first part. You can take the exam either way, but usually it's CBT, which is computer based, and then practical exam. That's the license exam, is in 2 parts. The CBT is mostly available in most countries, so you can do that one in your home country. But the OSCE, you have to come to UK. So basically, it's like the CBT has automatically become like the part 1, and then the practical is like the part 2, because you can only do the practical once you arrive in UK. Okay. The invitation email from NMC UK. Okay. The third party organization, Pearson View, is going to contact you with another email with a username and a provisional password, I think, to create an account on their website, and then go ahead and do your registration for your CBT if you are prepared for it. So you just go on their website, create the account, also do all you just follow the steps, which will be displayed on your screen when you are doing the application. So it's not really difficult. You do it, you manage to register for your CBT, the date arrives, you write your CBT, then pending your practical exam. So until you get your practical exam, you will see that every step you complete on your NMC registration will take green, but it wouldn't be complete until you complete your OSCE examination. That's the practical exams. I hope you understand. Now, the next thing after getting your IELTS done, or your IELTS or OET, your English proficiency, and getting your CBT done, is to apply for jobs. This is where it's getting tricky. I'm going to provide a list of countries that agents are not recruiting from. That it's become very, very difficult for some people, even including myself. When I started my application, it was tough. It got depressing at a point, okay? Because you receive an email, unfortunately you're on a red list, blah blah blah. I know some people know the process already, but this is another thing that is holding them back because of this red list thing. Well, I did it, so I believe you can do it, because when I also started, it was the same red list thing. I received several, unfortunately, emails. Subsequent videos, I will share some tips I used that I think probably helped me to land a job quickly, because yeah, mine was quite short. It was a short journey, to be honest, and we'll share that video later. Okay, now you start your job applications. Please apply to as many jobs as you can, especially when it comes with visa sponsorship. Read the job description very well. Read the person's specification very, very well. The person's specification is what you are supposed to possess before they will consider you, or they will shortlist you in the first place for an interview. We'll come to the tips later. Let's move on. I don't want to make this video lengthy, okay? The next thing is interview. All right, you got called for interview. You prepare for your interview. Also prepare for your interview very well. I failed an interview. We'll talk about that one later. Just prepare. Please prepare for your interview very, very well. Once you are well prepared, you sit for your interview and you pass. The next thing is for your employer to issue your offer letter. Please read your offer letter very well. Know what the employer is doing for you, what they are not doing for you. Everything will be stated in the employer offer letter. Usually your relocation package, or like relocation, what they will do for you to relocate, visa payments, flight payments, and all those things will be stated in your offer letter. Read it very, very well and understand. If you don't understand anything, please feel free to contact them, email them, ask them questions. They are really, 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 really ready to help you. They prefer you to ask questions than assume and get stranded. To be honest, ask questions. If you don't understand any part of your offer, just ask questions. Now you're done with your offer letter. You've signed, you've accepted your offer. The next thing is your employer is going to take your documents, some documents from you, most of which are the documents you used in your NMC registration process, including a TB certificate or a TB test, which you also have to do in a particular center in your country. Or some countries don't even have it. You have to travel to other countries to do it. But it's a particular center. They don't accept it from, let's say, just any hospital. You drop in and do the test. No, it's not accepted. You attach the TB test certificates, email them to your employer, and then they're gonna work on your certificates of sponsorship. And that's the interesting part of the whole thing. When you get your certificates of sponsorship, you know you are already in the UK, because it costs the employer a lot for them to get a certificate of sponsorship, and then hardly will they withdraw your sponsorship. I know I've heard it happened before, but hardly will they withdraw their sponsorship. And even the person they withdrew the sponsorship for, I learned she still arrived in UK, whichever way. Well, I don't know how it happened, but then that's it. So once you get your certificates of sponsorship, you are one step in UK, to be honest. You use that to apply for your visa. A step-by-step process on how to apply for visa and for your dependents as well will be dropped very soon. Don't worry. And then you get your decision. You go for visa biometrics. So once you apply for your visa, you have to either upload your documents by yourself. That's the documents you're using for the visa application, employment letter, what, passport, everything. You can upload it yourself, or you can upload it at the center. Whichever way you prefer, you can just go to the center. Once you are done with your visa application, okay, either your employment makes the payments or you make your payments. And like I said, it's all stated in your offer letter. And then one thing I'm forgetting, if you receive your certificate of sponsorship, please be sure to read the maintenance aspects. I have a lot of people coming into my DM recently. They've got COS, they don't have maintenance, so they have to provide proof of funds. It's not easy. Please, if you don't have the money, tell your employer. But well, to my best of knowledge, all those people were informed during their interview that we don't offer sponsorship. Can you sponsor yourself? And they said yes. So, well, before you answer yes, make sure you have it. Make sure you have it to be able to provide proof of funds. It has to be a certain amount of money. It has to have been in your account for a certain period. So, yeah, it involves a lot. Some of us, we couldn't have afforded if we were offered that option. So watch very well. Make sure you are in the right position to do it before you do it. That's all. So sponsorship is visa application. After visa application, you pay, or your employer pays, depending on what was stated in your offer letter. Then after the payments, you go for your biometrics at a visa application center, VAC. When you are doing the visa application, you would have already chosen the country, so you will know where you are doing it. Shouldn't be a problem. After your visa appointment, you wait for your visa. And to be honest, the job one or the work visa doesn't really take so long. The skilled worker visa, to be honest, doesn't take so long. Mine took long, but we'll come to that later. But it doesn't normally take long. Yeah. You get your visa, you prepare, you fly to UK. When you arrive, your employer, depending on what was stated in your offer letter, is going to help you prepare for your OSCE. That's if that offer was made in your offer letter. Okay, they're going to prepare you, teach you for your OSCE exam, which is the second part of the test of competence. You pass your exam. Finally, you get your OSCE Tech green. and then you'll go through an assessment period where NMC will just go through all your documents again, make sure all your original documents were correct and everything is intact, and then they'll send you a declaration. You complete a declaration, and then you are issued your PIN. You become a band 5 nurse. So normally when you arrive, you work below band 5. That is, if you are working before you write your OSCE. The process is different per trust, per hospital, per care home is different. So depending on how yours is, you may have to work as a lower band, and then after PIN, you get to your band 5. And then also, once you get your PIN, you just have to email your PIN to whoever was involved in your recruitment process, or your employer will tell you who to email. Just email it immediately so that your pay will take effect from the very day you got your PIN. So that's basically everything about the process. Okay, if you have any questions, please pop it in the comments. Okay, I will try my best to address all questions. If your question requires making a new video, I'll find time to make a new video to address your question into detail for you to understand the process very, very well. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, if you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay. I didn't think I could make it to UK myself because I thought it was for the rich. I thought it was for the rich people, like people coming from good backgrounds, but here I am. So I'm just here to encourage you who have the interest, who have taken the decision, but not very sure if they can complete it. It involves money, all the same, but it is not any money you cannot raise if you are already working, to be honest. All right. So thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe.